Water is essential for all life on Earth. All living things need water to live and to grow. Without water, people will survive for only a few days. People use water in many different ways: for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and personal hygiene. Water is used in agriculture so that plants could grow and provide food for us. It is essential for many industries, and we use it for recreation in pools, water parks, rivers, and seas. Water is also used in rituals such as cleansings and baptisms, at cultural and religious ceremonies. Can you think of some other ways in which we use water?
How much of planet Earth is made up of water?
More than 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. However, almost all of it, 97%, is found in oceans. This water is salty or saline and undrinkable. 2% of the water on Earth is in the frozen or solid state as ice or snow. This leaves 1% for us to drink. This potable or fresh water which we can drink is found in rivers, ponds, and streams. It is also stored in the earth as groundwater in springs and aquifers. Water also exists in the air around us in the gaseous state called water vapor. Water makes up 70% of the fresh weight of cells found in all living organisms. Water is the only known substance on Earth that can exist in 3 physical states. It can exist as a solid, a liquid, and a gas.
Can we find water on other planets in the universe?
Scientists who are carrying out research in outer space have found evidence that water may have existed on other planets, mostly in the form of ice, the solid, or water vapor, the gas.
What is water made of?
Water is made up of 2 elements: oxygen, which is the air we breathe in, and hydrogen, which is a very light gas we sometimes use to fill balloons. When 2 hydrogen atoms join, that is, they form bonds to an oxygen atom, a water molecule is formed. This process requires energy. Water molecules can attract one another, causing them to stick together. This happens when the hydrogen atom, which is positively charged, is attracted to the negatively charged oxygen atom of a nearby water molecule. The hydrogen atoms form weak bonds to the oxygen atom. This bonding causes the water to change from the gaseous state to the liquid state. In this liquid state, we are now able to drink it, and the plants can take it up through their roots.
Where does water, which falls from the sky, come from?
It comes from the clouds and falls to the earth in the liquid state as rain. It flows through the earth and finds its way to the rivers, lakes, and oceans. On sunny days, water from oceans, rivers, ponds, and other exposed water surfaces heats up and forms water vapor. Billions of these tiny droplets of water come together to form clouds. As clouds approach mountains, they rise up into the sky. As they rise, they cool, and the water vapor condenses or changes back into the liquid form, which falls back to the earth as rain. In cold countries, rainwater falls to the earth in the solid state as snow. Water molecules are continuously being cycled through the atmosphere, so the water we drink today is the same water the dinosaurs drank when they were on Earth.
What happens when we put things in liquid water?
When we put different objects into water, some float, some sink to the bottom, and some seem to disappear or dissolve. Try experimenting with things around your house to observe what happens when you put them in water. Substances which dissolve in water are the ones which seem to disappear. but they are actually in the water in the form of ions or charged particles, which we cannot see with the naked eye. These substances that dissolve in water are said to be soluble. Substances which do not dissolve in water are said to be insoluble in water. Of all the other liquids we can find on Earth, water is the one which can dissolve the most substances. This property enables plants to get the nutrients they need from the soil to manufacture the food we eat. They take up water from the earth, which has dissolved nutrients in it, through their roots. Some of this water will travel through the plant, then get back into the atmosphere through tiny openings found in the surface of leaves in the form of water vapor. This release of water is called transpiration. However, in addition to the beneficial compounds, water will also dissolve many harmful substances, making it polluted and unsafe to drink.
Does water which falls as rain already have these nutrients and pollutants?
Rainwater has very little nutrients and pollutants in it. We describe it as being soft. We can tell if water is soft if it lathers easily with soap. Soap also does not wash off easily with soft water. The water in our taps comes from the earth and must go through a cleaning or purification process to remove harmful dissolved materials so that we can drink it without getting sick. But some minerals which are beneficial are kept back in the water, so it is not as soft as rainwater. Try washing dishes or showering with rainwater and tap water and note the difference. When water flows through the earth into rivers and gets to the sea, it gathers a lot of dissolved minerals in it. This is why seawater is so salty and is described as hard.
How does water get polluted?
Water becomes polluted when it contains undesirable and harmful materials, making it unsuitable to support life and unfit for human use. Humans require water that is potable or suitable for drinking, and plants and animals which live in water are endangered when the water, which is their home, gets polluted. Pollutants enter watercourses from various sources. Rain, as it falls through the atmosphere and to the ground, may collect dust particles and chemicals if the atmosphere is polluted. As it reaches the earth and finds its way to the rivers and seas, it dissolves chemicals used by farmers in agriculture, as well as the chemicals we use in the home for cleaning. These harmful chemicals find their way to the groundwater, which we use to supply the water in our taps. Water also gets polluted from waste from industries or factories, which are being discharged directly into a watercourse. These contaminants spread throughout the watercourses, affecting the quality of drinking water. They pollute the rivers and seas, which are the habitats for some organisms and which are also used by us for recreation. They also contaminate the fish and other seafoods that we eat, thus compromising our health.
Are there plants and animals that live in water?
Animals and plants live in various habitats where water is an essential feature. The leaves of some large plants, such as the bromeliads, overlap tightly and are able to store rainwater. Many different kinds of insects like mosquitoes and even tree frogs may be found living in these habitats. Some plants and animals live in freshwater habitats, such as ponds, rivers, and lakes found inland. Others live in marine habitats. These organisms are adapted to live in an environment of tides, waves, and salt water. Some other organisms are adapted to live in estuarine or brackish waters, found in coastal areas where the seawater mixes with the river water, making it neither fresh nor saline. In this feature on water, we explored where water can be found on this planet, We also looked at some of the properties of water. We learned that water can exist in 3 different states, as a solid, a liquid, and a gas, and that it cycles through the earth in these 3 states. We also found that many substances can dissolve in water. Some of these are beneficial, but many are pollutants. Polluted water poses a threat to all living things which depend on water for life. Such knowledge of water will help each of us to do our part to ensure that we continue to have a clean source of water on this planet for future generations of plants and animals.